Of all the unmade Guillermo del Toro movies, this is the one that still hurts the most. His Justice League Dark film was one of my most anticipated DC team-up films, especially when looking back on his work for Hellboy. Del Toro's Hobbit is something some fans still want to happen, as he was set to direct the Lord of the Rings prequel before Peter Jackson took over the project. However, Del Toro's version of Pacific Rim 2 leaves some wanting that instead of Steven S. Dick Knight's Pacific Rim, Uprising, which disappointed many in theaters. Guillermo del Toro not directing Pacific Rim 2 still hurts 6 years after Uprising. Pacific Rim delivers everything one could want from a film about robots fighting monsters. On the action front, Pacific Rim fires on all cylinders, and it finds unique ways to use the Jagers. The designs are larger than life and distinct from each other. Pacific Rim is a spectacle, with intricate sets and awe-inspiring camera work. This film also takes its time to develop a solid-sized ensemble, giving us a wide variety of characters and relationships we are invested in. Mako Mori, for instance, has become an important female figure in action films, as seen with Pacific Rim's Mako Mori test. Del Toro killed it with Pacific Rim, so when it was revealed he would no longer direct the sequel film, it was disappointing. Even knowing why Guillermo del Toro didn't direct Pacific Rim 2, to go film The Shape of Water doesn't lessen the disappointment. Then Pacific Rim, Uprising came out, and that disappointment grew even more. Pacific Rim, Uprising could not have been more different from Del Toro's movie. Pacific Rim, Uprising failed to capture the magic of the first movie for many critics and fans. The differences between Del Toro's Pacific Rim and Uprising highlight the faults of the second film, which also failed at the box office. Where the first Pacific Rim has distinct fights, kaiju and jigers, the second one feels repetitive, as if the monsters and robots are generic action figures being thrown around. The new characters and relationships are not fleshed out enough, stripping away the sequel of the humanity the first film had. Plus, beloved characters from the first Pacific Rim, like Relly Beckett, are missing in Uprising, or they are killed off or reduced to cartoon versions of themselves. Pacific Rim, Uprising could have been great. It has a new cast of characters and is led by Boyega, who brings a ridiculous amount of charisma to the film. However, it lacks the style and substance of the first Pacific Rim. At least fans can hope for the best as the Pacific Rim universe expands with a new prequel show.